Alright, folks, we are here in the MiG-29 Fulcrum.
Ain't she pretty? Yeah, like a MiG. Alright,
Alright, so we're in the cockpit. We're looking around. Let's see here. I know for a fact
Ford
that
1, airborne.
let's turn that off because the RWR is going to be screaming in my ear. I don't want that crap. So we're going to go for a little flight. Do a little cross country here. Alright, so my wingman is off to my right and he's going to be following me along. So we're going to goose up a little bit. Let's bring up the power. Let me see the RPMs coming up. There's 80%, 85, and 90, and off the brakes. So here we go. Afterburners are in. We're looking for about 150. Here we're coming up. There we go. Let's get her up. Gear up.
Wheels up.
Yeah, flaps up. Alright, I'm gonna let off the power a little bit. Let's get it. Let's come back down to about 85% power. We won't be doing 700 knots. There's 90. I'm going to trim it out. Keep the nose up. Let's fly along.
Chevy 6, airborne.
The MiG very responsive. So we're just flying along.
OC31
There's
is
a radar.
at 4,000.
Still need to slew the radar to my little pickle finger slider here. I haven't done it yet, so.
Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint 1 at 26,000.
There we go. We'll just go with that. Alright, so let's see here. Our guns aren't armed. Not really doing anything. Here we go. That's cool. It's cool. Alright. So we're flying along. Just kind of chilling out. She still want to pitch down a little bit, so I'm going to trim the nose up a little bit. See the little button on my joystick here. See it move? Yeah. Bringing the trim up a little bit. There we go. Alright. Now we're currently at 470 kilometers per hour.
6, passing waypoint 1 at
Yeah, let's go up here and check out this guy. Ooh. Alright, coming over the top.
Ford 1, passing waypoint 1 at 6,000.
Let's take a heading of like 275. We're at 3. 295. 275. There we go. We're good. Ground detail in DCS is awesome as usual. You know, it's not bad for it being an older engine, a graphics engine. Be nice if they modernized it, but man, you could only imagine what this thing would be like if it was using the Unreal engine. Which even these days, the Unreal engine's getting old. But anyway, it is what it is. You see how this thing moves with just the slightest movement of the stick here. Yeah, it's pretty pretty responsive or twitchy. You know, just putting pressure. You know, letting my hand rest on the yoke moves it around a little bit. All right, cranking around along at 500 kilometers per hour. We're at 750 meters, but that's radar, so that's ground radar. So as I fly over a hill, it gets less and then it gets more. Of course, I got plenty of fuel. We got a 600, let's see what we got. 660 kilometers that we can fly according to the gauge. It's coming down a little bit, bouncing around. But we're not burning, we're not an afterburner or nothing. Let's see what we're carrying here. Got a centerline tank. Some clouds. Got dark in here. Now, once I get used to flying the MiG and its, I guess, unique flying traits, then I'll start taking on air targets and stuff. I did notice that this thing does not, the stick doesn't like negative G's. So if I'm flying upside down, say I go over the top or I roll it. See, watch this. I'm gonna roll. All right, roll it. Push the stick forward to maintain, and I'm almost full forward. Look at that. The only way I'm maintaining level altitude. You don't get a lot of elevator authority with this thing. Well, it is what it is. Now, of course, jets don't get the best fuel consumption rates down here low toward the ground where I'm at. I should probably be up about 10,000 or 15,000 feet to get a little bit more distance, but we don't care. I got close to 4, I guess that would be kilos or kilograms of, maybe 400 kilograms of fuel. And everything in here you got to translate to Russian. I mean the dials and everything, so you see kilometers. And, the altitude gauge says feet though, or HPA.
Pontiac 1, airborne.
Yeah. You hear traffic from other aircraft. So the detail in here is pretty awesome.
Pontiac 2, passing waypoint 1 at 4,500.
Almost every switch does something. And check out the watch. It actually shows the real time. That time is accurate.
At 14,000.
Actually, looking at it, it's not accurate. It should be 6:25. Oh, maybe it's on Central Time. I don't know. I thought it might take the current time from the computer, but daylight savings time versus not daylight savings time. Gauges in here are also pretty typical for Russian fighters. I mean, you got your gimbals, you got your angle of attack, your trim, for turns and stuff like that. The speed, engine temperatures.
4, 2, 1, passing waypoint 1 at 20,000.
Now we're on the Caucasus map, so that's the reason why you got all this green and mountain areas and stuff. Then off the yoke. Let me trim it up a little bit. Come on, trim. There you go. Boy, it doesn't take hardly any input for this thing to roll. It likes to roll.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 1 at 4,500.
The little fans here that he's got running are a pretty cool detail. Man, can you imagine owning one of these and flying it? Just a, FYI little tidbit on information. There is a privately owned MiG-29 Fulcrum. I don't know if it's an A model or a later model that's owned by a guy in the United States. Of course, the guy that was at Apple or Google, he was the previous owner of the MiG. He did most of the restoration, but yeah.
Ford 1, passing waypoint 2 at 10,000.
I think they call it the Gray Ghost. I posted pictures on it on Facebook when it was at the recent fly-in for all the aircraft that was going on up in the Chicago area, I think it was. So that was cool. That's definitely a show stealer, but man, it probably cost about $6,000 or more per hour to operate for whatever little flight time that he did. I don't know where he came from, but probably cost him a pretty penny. But you're gonna play, you're gonna pay. It's just a thing about ownership. It doesn't matter if it's an airplane, boat, camper, sports car, whatever. Now, of course, you can't get much more sporty than these things. So, hey, if I win the big time lottery one time, you'll know what I'll be flying around in. I'll be over in some of the Russian states seeing if I can snag me one, bring it home, make it an experimental, and then fly it around like a madman. Of course, I wouldn't do that. I'd take care of my aircraft, but it's cool just to have the opportunity to do something like that. Alright, so we're trucking along. Fuel consumption's not too bad. It says I can still fly 530 kilometers. That's down from the 650 that we were at, but I've already flown a good ways across the map. So there should be an airport around here somewhere. We're still flying fairly consistent on the same heading. Is that an airport over there? Looks like maybe one. Let me go over there and look. Let's see. Yeah, there's no reason to be turning and burning because all that does is eats fuel. I guess in this thing you might consider this to be like a 2-minute turn in a regular aircraft. I guess it could time it. Well, that wasn't an airport, so we'll head back this way. I don't know if I like the heads-up display showing the wing angles. We're not banked that hard. Yeah, it's over-exaggerated, but who knows? This thing's supposed to be modeled off the real thing, and DCS, the General Dynamics, is actually based in Russia, I think. It might be accurate. I don't know. What's that over there? Can't really tell.
Pontiac 2, passing waypoint 2 at 5,000.
I throttled down just a little bit. I'm taking my hand off the throttle so I'm not pushing it. So we Got some lakes over there. Here's some cityscapes. There should be an airport over here somewhere. Oh, there's one. Look at this, I'm flying right over it. Don't know if civilian or military. Ooh, that one's short. Landing there would be interesting. Definitely have to put the drag chute out if I wanted to land there. Probably take off okay, but yeah, that one's short.
Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint 2 at 26,000.
Hey, what's that over there? Let's go over there and look. You know, at 89% power, I'm only getting 470 kilometers per hour out of it. Yeah, that's a military airport right there. See all the protected shelters for aircraft. Oh, I know where I'm at now. So yeah, cool beans, cool beans.
Pontiac 1, passing waypoint 2
I
at
could probably land there, no problem. Now, the airport that we're looking for is over here somewhere, if I remember right. I can probably tell my wingman to RTB. Surprised he's not complaining about bingo fuel yet, because he seemed to burn his up pretty quick. What the hell is that? I don't know what that was. Did you hear that?
Pontiac 2, waypoint 3 at 5,000.
That was some interesting static. You must be getting too far away. Alright, well, I am probably going to tell him to RTB, which means return to base. If I can see where the base is. Alright, Mr. Wingman. Wingman. RTB.
RTB.
Thank you, sir.
Roger.
Alright, let's see where he goes.
RTB.
Alright, here he goes. He's going up. Oh, I can't see him. I'll go up with him. Where are you at? I don't see him. He's off my wing. Oh, he's turning. Alright, let's go. Well, I see an airport over there. Where'd he go? Oh, he's down there. What you doing down in the weeds, dude? Let's see where he goes. He's coming across.
Pontiac 1, Chevy, waypoint 3 at 4,500.
Oh, 10 o'clock. There it is. It's off to my left. See those little carrots over there? That's aircraft indicators. So I think I will go. I'll continue on my heading, and then I will circle around. We'll do a right-hand turn onto final. This is what you call a base leg, but I'm not turning into the airport, so let's go this way. Oh, Okay, we're at 79% power. Got plenty of fuel, so that's not a big deal. Got 290 kilometers per hour. Landing speed for the MiG is about 160, 150, somewhere around in there. And the MiG will stop flying like a brick if you get too slow. And then you'll slap it onto the runway and the frickin' landing gear will bend, or the turkey feathers will get scraped, or something will happen, and then the aircraft is basically broken. So you don't want to do that. Can you tell that I've flown the MiG enough to know not to do that? Because it's gotten me several times. Alright, he might be on final. Looks like he probably is. So we'll come in behind him. Alright, so now we're turning on final. Oh, we got some wind going on. Something pushing me. Alright, let's slow down because I don't want to put the drag chute out if I don't have to. Use the brakes. Alright, I'm putting flaps out.
Check gear.
Gotten a little lift out of that one. Alright, we're on long final. You see the runway right there? It's right under my hood wings orientation indicators. Now I'll put the gear out whenever I'm getting a little bit closer. We're at 7,500 RPMs on the throttle. Yeah, we must have some wind going on because it's pushing me to the left. See how I'm having to crab a little bit? Which is fine. Alright, I'm gonna... Here comes the gear. Now we got a little bit of drag going on, so let me pull the nose up a little bit. We got pretty good airspeed right now. Oh, more power. Sink rate's too much. Alright, we're holding our altitude above the ground, 290. Airspeed's good. We're stable. I can let it start coming down a little bit. Here we go. Coming down. Back off the throttle a little bit. Let's slow it down a little bit. There's the trees. $60. Alright, let's flare. Aerodynamic drag. Here we're using aerodynamics to slow. Alright, here it's bringing the nose down. There's the brakes. Slow us down. Ooh, that damn touchy freaking nose wheel. Alright. Alright, we're on the ground. I didn't break anything. Hot dog. It's always a good thing when nothing breaks. Ooh, I can open up the canopy. There we go. Alright, get some air in. Not like we need it, but okay. Now the MiG is a dog when it comes to turning. I'm gonna go over here, try to get as wide as I can so I can park. Probably park in front of one of these puppies here. Now, of course, my wingman, he's over there about 2 o'clock, heading to a bunker. I always get the bunkers. I don't understand that. But anyway. We want to park right here. I have to use differential thrust here. Alright. Now, of course, I opened the canopy, so it doesn't like that. So, let's kill this master caution. Alright, everything's looking good. We have plenty of fuel, as you see right here. I'm going to shut it down. Here we go. Throttles are in the off position. I can zoom in. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Nope, still won't let me zoom in. See, will this do it? Nope. How about that? There we go. There we go. Who's that guy? Oh yeah, isn't he cool? Check out the helmet. There's the ladder. Now I can get out of the jet. And that's the MiG, folks. Isn't it cool? Yeah. All right. Let's wrap this up. Have a good one.
Ford 1 is RTB at 8,000.